Have you ever woken up and felt like life was stuck on repeat? The alarm goes off. You scroll through your phone, rush to get ready, then dive headfirst into the grind. Deadlines, expectations, pressure. Each morning feels like a faded copy of the one before. But it doesn't have to stay that way. There's a way to break free from autopilot, to start your mornings with intention instead of reaction, with clarity instead of chaos. In this video, we'll explore 12 powerful meditations to actually wake you up. Each one is a reminder that you have more control than you think. By the end, you won't start your mornings on autopilot anymore. You'll start them with purpose, with inner strength, and with clarity you may have never felt before. Don't look away. Number 1. Remember you could die today. You open your eyes in the morning. Your phone buzzes. A work email, a few notifications, an unpaid bill. You jump out of bed and dive into the day, barely noticing one simple truth. You're still alive. Remember, you could die today isn't a grim warning. It's a different lens to look at life through. Like capturing a photo at sunset, the light only lasts a few minutes, so you pay attention. You savor it. Life is the same, yet we live like there's always next time. Picture sitting next to someone you love. You're scrolling your phone, half listening, tossing out distracted replies. But if you knew this was the last time you'd ever sit with them, would you act the same? Every glance, every word would turn into a memory. A friend of mine survived a motorcycle crash. Lying on the pavement, he didn't think about work or money. He just regretted snapping at his wife that morning over the wrong kind of coffee. Since then, he never leaves the house without kissing her goodbye. Not out of fear, but because he finally sees what truly matters. It's not about being morbid, it's about being intentional. Take 30 seconds each morning and ask yourself, if today was the last, who would I want to see? What would I want to say? Write down one thing, just one. Then go do it. Not to become someone great, just so you won't regret it when life knocks on the door one final time. Number 2, appreciate what you already have. Every morning you wake up, check your phone and see someone just got back from Europe. Someone else just bought a new car. Someone got promoted. And just like that, your day starts with a sense of lack. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, today you opened your eyes, you can still see, there's someone you can text. Isn't that already more than enough? Gratitude isn't some abstract concept. It's a survival skill in a world that keeps telling you you're not enough. Gratitude is remembering how miserable you were that night you had a fever and no one around. Gratitude is realizing that as you're eating, the power's still on and your stomach isn't aching. Studies from Harvard University have found that people who regularly practice gratitude report significantly higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. I once met a man named Daniel, a mechanic. One afternoon, while changing a tire, he said something I'll never forget. I used to dream of being a boss. Then I had an accident, broke my leg, and was stuck in bed for 3 months. Now just being able to get up and go to work, all I want is to drive myself to the shop, sip my morning coffee. Life's actually pretty decent as long as you don't forget what you once lost. Want to start practicing gratitude? It's simple. Before you go to bed, pick one thing you'd really miss if it were gone tomorrow. Then ask yourself, did I live today as if I was grateful for that? Drop a comment and let us know something you used to take for granted, but now see as a blessing. And if you need a daily reminder that your life is anything but ordinary, hit subscribe because you're not lacking, you just forgot. Number 3, simplicity is freedom. Have you noticed we often buy something new not because we need it, but because we feel empty? But the more we pile on, the more we feel lacking. Simplicity isn't about lacking. It's about choosing. Choosing to let go of what's unnecessary so we can hold on to what truly counts. Imagine your mind as a desk. Every day you pile on news, deadlines, comparisons, endless scrolling. By the end of the day, there's no space left to think clearly. Simplicity isn't an aesthetic trend. It's a survival tactic. Sometimes decluttering is as simple as cancelling plans you never wanted, saying no to extra work just because someone expects you to say yes. Think back to the last time you felt overwhelmed. Was it because you were trying to hold too many things at once? What if you kept only 3 priorities each day? The people who seem to have it all are sometimes the most bound. And those who own little but are intentional with every choice, they're the ones who are truly free. Number 4. Control what you can. Let go of the rest. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Your hands grip the steering wheel, your jaw clenches. But does any of that change the traffic? The answer is no. Yet we waste enormous amounts of energy trying to control things completely outside our power. Here's something most people never learn. There are only 2 categories in life: things you can control and things you can't. Your effort, you control that. Your attitude, yours to choose. How you respond, completely within your power. But other people's opinions? Can't control that. Research from Stanford University shows that people who focus on what they can control experience significantly less anxiety and stress. Think about yesterday. How much time did you spend worrying about things outside your control? Your boss's mood, whether someone liked your post? Now imagine redirecting that energy into what you can control. Your preparation, your kindness, your effort. That's where real power lives. So here's a simple practice. When something bothers you, ask yourself, can I control this? If yes, take action. If no, let it go. Number 5. Embrace discomfort as growth. You ever notice how we spend most of our lives avoiding discomfort? We skip the hard conversation, take the easier path, choose comfort over growth every single time. But here's what nobody tells you. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Real growth only happens when you're uncomfortable. When you work out, your muscles grow during the recovery from the strain. When you learn something new, it feels awkward at first. That discomfort is your brain literally forming new neural pathways. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's the teacher. I once knew a guy who was terrified of public speaking, but his job required presentations. Instead of quitting, he joined Toastmasters and forced himself to speak every week. The first few times were brutal, but after 6 months, he wasn't just comfortable, he was confident. The discomfort didn't break him, it built him. So what are you avoiding right now? What conversation are you putting off? That thing right there, that's probably exactly what you need to do. Start small. Take a cold shower for 30 seconds. Do one thing that scares you each week. The more you practice leaning into discomfort, the more you realize you're stronger than you thought. Number 6. Your thoughts aren't always true. The average person has about 60,000 thoughts per day. Research from the National Science Foundation suggests that 80% of those thoughts are negative and 95% are repetitive. Most of us are running the same negative mental loops day after day, treating every thought like absolute truth. But most of your thoughts are just noise. You think, I'm not good enough. Is that true? Or just a thought you've repeated so many times it feels true? The problem isn't having negative thoughts. Everyone has them. The problem is believing them without question. Cognitive behavioral therapy is built on this principle. Your thoughts create your feelings, and your feelings drive your behavior. But if you can catch a thought and question it, you can change the entire chain. When a negative thought pops up, ask yourself 3 questions. Is this thought true? Can I absolutely know it's true? How would I feel without this thought? Most of the time, you'll realize the thought is just a story. You're not your thoughts. You're the awareness behind them. And that awareness has the power to decide which thoughts deserve attention. Number 7. Be present, not perfect. We live in a world obsessed with perfection. Perfect body, perfect job, perfect relationship. Scroll through social media and you'll see nothing but highlight reels. You start measuring your behind the scenes against everyone else's highlight reel. No wonder you feel like you're falling short. But perfection is a lie. It doesn't exist, and chasing it will only make you miserable. What does exist? Presence. being fully here, fully engaged in this moment, even if it's messy. Research on mindfulness from Harvard Medical School shows that being present reduces stress, improves focus, and increases life satisfaction. Think about the last time you truly enjoyed something, a conversation, a walk, a good meal. Were you thinking about how perfect it was, or were you just there, fully immersed? Life doesn't happen in some perfect future. It happens right now, messy and imperfect as it may be. Number 8. Build strong habits, not motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you wake up fired up. Other days you can barely drag yourself out of bed. If you're waiting to feel motivated before you take action, you'll spend most of your life waiting. Here's what actually works. Habits. Studies from Duke University found that about 45% of our daily behaviors are habitual. Nearly half of what you do each day, you do automatically. The question is, are your automatic behaviors helping you or hurting you? The difference between people who achieve their goals and people who don't isn't motivation. It's habits. Take someone who wants to get fit. If they rely on motivation, they'll work out hard for a week, then stop. But if they build a habit, like going to the gym every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 6 a.m., it doesn't matter how they feel. The habit carries them through. Start small. Want to read more? Commit to 1 page. Want to exercise? Do 5 push-ups. Small actions repeated daily create massive change. Number 9. Turn pain into strength. Life is going to hurt. That's not pessimism, that's reality. You'll face rejection, loss, failure, heartbreak. But here's what separates people who grow from people who stay stuck. It's not whether they experience pain, it's what they do with it. Do they let it break them or let it build them? Pain, when processed correctly, is one of the most powerful catalysts for growth. Research in post-traumatic growth shows that people who face significant challenges often emerge stronger and more resilient than they were before. Not despite the pain, but because of it. Think about a time something really hard happened to you. A breakup, a job loss, a betrayal. In that moment it felt unbearable. But looking back now, didn't it teach you something? Here's the key. You have to process the pain, not avoid it. Sit with it. Feel it. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I grow from this? So next time you're going through something difficult, don't run from it. Face it. Learn from it. Let it refine you. If you're going through something right now, face it, learn from it, then walk through it. And if you're ready to turn pain into inner strength, drop a comment. Stronger through pain. Number 10. Discipline brings freedom. In the morning you hit the alarm, snooze, sleep a little more, then jump out of bed, rush to brush your teeth, skip breakfast, mind foggy, fingers swiping through TikTok out of habit. The question is, who's really in charge of your life? You or a string of unconscious reflexes? Discipline, often seen as dull or rigid, is actually the foundation of true freedom. We tend to think freedom means doing whatever we want. But if doing whatever we want leads to 3-hour Netflix binges, mindless snacking, and endless procrastination, that's not freedom. That's being trapped inside yourself. Real freedom comes from self-control. Discipline means training your mind not to give in to every short-term urge. Say you commit to reading every day. You're tired today. You still open the book and read 2 pages. Just 2. But it sends a clear message to your brain. I follow through. I had a friend with a high-paying job who always felt stuck. Not because the work was too hard, but because his life was on autopilot. When he started jogging every morning, just 10 minutes, everything shifted. From that one habit, he learned how to set goals, push through discomfort, and rebuild his daily structure. So what's your challenge? Set one small boundary. 1 cup of coffee a day, or no phone for the first hour after you wake up. As discipline grows, so does your inner voice. Number 11. Be an example, not just a talker. Before you open your mouth to tell someone, just be more positive. Pause for a second and ask yourself, am I living that way? A lot of people talk like they're TED speakers in their own kitchen. They sound wise, but live like someone constantly annoyed at the world. You tell your kids not to be glued to their phones, then scroll TikTok for 3 hours every night. What convinces people isn't what you say, it's how you live. Once I saw something small but unforgettable at a coffee shop. A man in his 50s was standing in line when a schoolgirl behind him dropped her wallet. Without hesitation, he bent down, picked it up, and handed it back like it was nothing. No, please follow me. No, share this feel-good story. It was such a quiet act that no one even noticed except me. And I thought, that's the kind of person I want to be. So how do you lead by example? Don't overthink it. It starts with washing the dishes without being asked. Texting first to apologize, even if you're sure you were more right. Showing up on time because you respect other people's time. These little things, done day in and day out, become your signature. Ask yourself, is someone watching how you live? Your child, a colleague, your partner. What are you teaching them without realizing it, just by how you carry yourself each day? Number 12. Don't wait for perfection. Have you ever noticed the thing you keep putting off is often the very thing you want most to do? Writing a journal entry, working out, learning a new skill, launching your own thing. But because you're not good enough, don't have time, or it's not perfect yet, you delay, then delay again, and eventually you drop it altogether. Perfection isn't the goal, it's the excuse. A clever trap set by the ego. It convinces you that not good enough means don't even try. But the truth is, every skill, every breakthrough starts messy. Great guitarists didn't learn by watching others' fingers. They learned by hearing themselves hit the wrong notes 100 times. Research on skill acquisition shows that the fastest learners aren't the most talented. They're the ones willing to fail the most. A friend of mine, Thomas, once said he wanted to teach online. He spent 6 months picking a microphone, then he got caught up in lighting. When I asked, "So have you filmed anything yet?" he said, "I'm waiting for my new background to arrive." But one day, his phone ran out of space, so he shot a quick 3-minute video using the front camera. No edits. That clip, his most shared video ever. So instead of waiting for perfection, build a starter habit. Just do 2 minutes. Type 2 lines. Read 1 paragraph. Once you start, motivation follows. Or use the 80% rule. If you're 80% ready, begin. The rest you'll learn along the way. Now think about that thing you've been wanting to do but haven't started. Write it down. Do it badly, because messy is still real. Messy is still a beginning. Perfect? It never shows up, because it's not a destination. It's the trap that keeps you stuck at the starting line. We've just explored 12 powerful meditations to start each morning with calm, clarity, and purpose. From the reminder that death can come at any moment, to the quiet power of small, consistent progress, each lesson is a foundation on which to build inner strength and intentional living. At their core, they reinforce a timeless truth. You can't control the world, but you can always control how you face it. Live simply. Be grateful. Stay steady. Don't chase perfection. Commit to progress. Don't let others run your mind. Choose how you respond. Every morning is a chance to reset, to train your mind, and to live like someone you truly respect. If you found this video helpful but haven't hit like yet, give it a tap, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Every insight is part of the journey we're on together. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. There's much more grounded, powerful, and inspiring content coming your way. A new morning can start with a single right thought, and your life can start again today.